All right, we're going to be doing our second Arduino project. Which one will this be, sir?
This one's going to be the photocell LED one.
Photocell LED. So we probably need parts for it, correct? Mm-hmm. What parts do we need for this particular project?
We're going to need the board again.
Okay, need the circuit board.
We're going to need Arduino.
Again.
We're going to need one LED.
Okay, we got the LED.
The chart says 8, but we only need 7 wires for this.
Because we're smart that way. Now here's the subtlety to what's going on, right? Okay, we're going to need, I'm sorry, what's it called?
It's called the, I believe this one's the photocell, right?
Right, exactly. And we had a Dickens finding the photocell, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So the photocell comes in this little bag that seems to have these little black squares in it. And the photocell is what, reddish maybe?
You look at the top of it and it has squiggly lines.
Well, why don't you pull it out? And there's 2 of them in there, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Either one works.
All right, so we just need one. And I guess if we took a look on the packaging here, it does say photocell down here. So it shows that it's sort of red and sort of squiggly. But I'll be dipped. We had trouble finding it. Can I see it from in here?
It'll be straight when you get it, but we've already done this once, so it's bent.
So this is sort of what, I'm not sure if we can actually get an accurate impression of what the, no, I'm not sure if it's going to, ooh. But yeah, so we can see that it's sort of flat, at least on the top. All right, there we go. We got that. Now we're also going to need some resistors. Is that correct?
Yep.
What resistors are we going to need?
You're going to need one 10K.
Okay. And we know that it's 10K because it says on the bottom here.
It's labeled on the tape.
10K. So we'll have to pull one of these off. What else are we going to need, sir?
We're also going to need 20K, but the K got worn off.
Okay, so it's a 220. We're going to need one of those resistors too. All right, so we're going to need 2 resistors for this project in addition to what we already have. All right, Fantastic and wonderful, sir. So how shall we start this particular project? What are we going to do first? Well, actually, I guess we can take a look at our circuit board here. Will you be putting the LED in first?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to put the LED in first. And actually, a little subtlety to the LED, it looks like, now there's a bent leg in here. Do we know if the bent leg?
The bent leg is the longer one.
Okay, so show me that little LED. So those are 2 legs, and one of them is actually longer. And you're telling me that the bent leg on the diagram here is the longer one.
Correct.
And it looks like that goes, shall we say, to the left?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll put it in that way. So the longer leg goes to the left. All right, so we feel that we've done that successfully. Is that correct? What shall you be doing? Shall we keep going with the LED? So do we need a resistor now?
Yep.
And which resistor is that? Do we know off the top of our head? Is that the 220? Is that the?
That's the 10K.
So it's the 10K resistor. It looks like it's going to connect into the left leg of the LED. Is that correct?
Yep.
And then it's going to go zipping off to the left someplace.
It doesn't really matter where the other one is, just a blank row.
Okay.
Whoops. I always struggle with this one. Gotta make sure it actually sticks in and doesn't just bend around.
Ah, okay. So there's a little subtlety to actually putting it into the board is what you're saying. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I think I got it. Yeah.
So you've done that, you feel?
Yeah.
Seems like you're working at a really long time after you said you had it done, in all honesty.
Or I had to get the other leg in.
Well, yeah, that was, okay.
I think that's good.
So you're telling me that now you think that the board is taken care of here. So we have the LED is in. What did you do with that resistor? What kind of goofy thing is going on here? All right. So the resistor is into, oh my God, you bent that around 6 ways to Sunday. So the resistor and the LED are both in the same row, correct? Okay. And then the resistor goes off to some other row off to the left.
It doesn't matter which one, just an empty row.
An empty row. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so that's now done. Congratulations. What shall you be doing next?
Next, we grab our 220 resistor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that's the other resistor.
Actually,
why don't you put in the
it's probably easier
optical sensor?
Yeah, the sensor first.
Okay. So that'll go in next. All right.
These ones can just sort of go anywhere. Just make sure it's to the left of the...
And I guess it's going to go into 2 different rows. Is sort of the secret to this one, right?
We already bent this one horribly, so it's easier to just straighten it out first.
So you're saying it bends easily?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know, I guess. All right.
Oh, there we go. Let's just choose this one. Oh, it looks like some sort of weird spider monster, but it's in.
So you have the LED sensor
Oh,
firmly into the board is what you're saying. Is that
not
correct?
this one.
And the answer is no, you're struggling actually to get the LED sensor to fit into the board. Would that be actually a correct statement here?
There, now it's in.
Tightly?
Yep.
All right. Let's take a look at that board and double check what you've actually done here. All right, so what are we looking at here? So we're looking at the LED sensor.
Oh, you have to make sure it's the top part is facing straight up.
The top part is, what does that actually mean?
This part.
It's pointing towards the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to like what?
You can just bend it like forward or something.
I got you, okay. Cool, all right, so basically it's in there, and it's really just in 2 different rows. That's all that really matters.
That's
okay,
all that matters.
Fantastic, okay, so we're in there, we're good to go. What shall we be doing next, now that we have the LED sensor in? Shall we do the resistor?
Yep.
So the resistor apparently seems to be in the same row as the right leg of the LED sensor, correct? Mm-hmm. And then it just has to be stuck in a different row.
Yep.
Okay. So second resistor going in, firmly into the board. Is that correct, sir?
Yep.
As opposed to like loosey-goosey where it's going to fall out?
I'm not sure if it matters, but
It really does matter that it doesn't fall out.
In the picture, the resistor is in front of the photocell.
Like higher on the row?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that doesn't matter.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Because pretty much everything's connected, so it's, yeah, that doesn't matter in the least.
I think that's in. No, it was not in.
Okay, well, there we go. All right, so the resistor was actually not placed into the breadboard correctly. That's good to know.
Just have to get these spindly legs in.
That would be our second attempt to put the resistor in. That has also failed. So would that mean that we're actually now on the third attempt? And we move quickly onto the fourth attempt. Okay, well, there we go. All right. You know, my favorite number is 10, by the way, just in case you wanted to know just exactly how this was actually going to all work out here.
Is resisting going that way? You want to try that one?
No, I do not. Well, you want to? Okay, well, fabulous. All right. So I have to do it, let's see, in the left leg, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so we stick it in there. Ooh, that's very good. I put it in a most excellent way. That will not be coming out anytime soon. And then this one has to go over here on the right one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this one, just because I did it so deeply and the other one is a little bit more difficult to do, but that's okay.
It's only bent because of your failure last time.
I do not believe that that is actually a correct statement, so just gotta make sure. Ooh, you know, I hadn't realized it, but that may actually already be in there really super tight. So let's just, I'm pushing down just to give it a little downward pressure here. Oh, man, I think that baby's in there good.
Okay.
So let's take a look and see where we stand now.
And bring the photocell back because you bent it over.
I don't know if I actually did that. So the photocell's in there, and the resistor's in there, and the resistor and the photocell are in the same column, correct? All right, so they have one leg each in the same column. All right, fantastic. What shall we be doing next?
Next, we have all of the wiring.
Great. Will we be doing the wiring for the LED first, perhaps?
Yeah, we're just going to do right to left.
Okay, so the first wire for the LED, just a little jump, right? So it goes from the top row,
It's
which
the
is
right leg of the
LED. Gotcha. And then we'll just be connecting it. I think you told me
Positive.
it's to the positive.
The red line.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so there's the first, and then we're just going to go up to the little red line, stick it in. And that's it, right? Poof. Okay, we're good. So now the question is, what is the next wire we have to do here? Oh, are we going to do, okay.
Yep. This one.
This one goes crazy. So this has to be like a super long wire, right?
No, it's just exaggerated for the picture.
Okay.
This one, it's the other resistor, leg of the resistor.
Okay.
Whichever hole you put it in.
Yeah, that's true. And then where does that wire go to?
It goes to number 13 on your Arduino.
Okay. So it's going to connect to pin 13 on the Arduino.
Right there.
Where's 13?
Right there.
Okay, so you just got, all right, plug it in. This is very similar to what we did last time as far as, what was it, 10, 11, or whatever the heck it was.
Yep.
All right, so we got that plugged in, and that's going from the board, right? All right, great. So what's our next wire?
This one's also going to be a short jump.
Okay, it's going to be a short jump wire.
This one is on your right leg of the resistor.
Okay. And then it's just going to pop up to the plus thing again?
Yep, plus.
Poof, just like that. All right, so we got 2 of those little short ones. And what's the next wire we're going to do?
This one's going to be on the same row as your photoresistor and your photosensor and your resistor.
Gotcha. And what's it going to connect to?
This one is connecting to A0.
A0. All right. So we'll stick it on the board there, and then we're going to go for A0 over here, right?
This one right here.
All right.
On the opposite side of the 13.
Ah, okay, that's a key point there. All right.
But it's labeled on the side and down there.
All right. So we good with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So we got that one. What's our one remaining wire? Oh, no, wait, two wires.
Actually, we got 3.
Oh, my God. Okay, so we got what? Do we have another little jumper?
This one's going to be on the other leg of your photocell.
Okay.
And it's just going to go to the negative.
Going to go to the negative. So that's basically like the top
blue
row,
line.
right?
Yep.
All right, so it's almost like another little jumper one. Okay, cool. Excellent. Of course, we used one of the gigantic yellow wires for that for whatever reason. Okay, gotcha. What's our next wiring challenge?
It's going to be another thing that starts in the negative. It can just...
Starts in the positive, I believe.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much. A huge issue there. And it goes to what?
It can just be anywhere, and it plugs into... sorry. Oh, this one plugs into the ground.
Okay. So you'll go from positive to ground.
Mm-hmm. And either ground works.
All right, so we see that. All right, plugged in over there. Okay, cool. Excellent.
And this one goes into the negative. This next one.
This is our last wire, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Goes into negative, and then it goes to what?
This one goes to 3.3 volts.
3.3 volts. All right.
So they're on the side.
Okay.
Just plugs in right there.
All right. So basically, is this it? Are we all set up? So we've got our LED. We've got our light sensor right here. We've got a variety of wires. A number of the wires are just little short jump hoppers. But then we're going into both the ground and the 3.3 volts. And then we go into, what was it over there?
This one's the A0,
gotcha.
and this one's the 13.
Okay, cool. And we're all done with that?
Mm-hmm.
So what's our next step?
Just plug it in.
Okay, so like you're all, like I know how to do it this time. All right, good stuff. We come back over here on the computer and we will go to the subdirectory where we have our software. We'll find the one that says photocell. And we'll open up with our editor. And we will Control A it, and then copy it. And then we'll go to our Arduino program. And we will Control V it. Poof, we got it. Now mind you, we still have our monitor open. So let's go ahead and we will basically compile it and load it. So we're loading it, we're compiling it. Our serial monitor has gone dark because there's nothing to report from it yet. All right, our serial monitor has a bunch of garbage, and then it's printing, it's bright, turn off the LED, and we're getting numbers in the 610, 620. Now, yesterday when we first did this, we were flummoxed. Would that be the right word?
Yeah.
Flummoxed. Now, what's supposed to happen, I guess, is that if the LED doesn't have enough light going through it,
It turns on the light.
the LED turns on. Okay, and so if this is the LED, how can we prevent the LED from getting enough light? How about like putting our finger on top of it? If we put it on the top of it, does that do anything? No, that has absolutely little, actually 400, but no, but it still says it's bright. So what's the secret to getting the LED to light?
Well, if you take the camera to the side, you may notice those little red spots.
Yes, barely. I can tell the little red spots.
Those are the actual photosensors, as it took us so long to find out.
So they're on the sides.
So if you cover the sides...
Nothing happens.
Did the number change?
Yeah, it actually went down to about 200. Let go of it. Now it's back up to about 600.
We seem to have made a mistake in the wiring somewhere.
Try it again. We just turned off the light. Let's see if that does it. No. Absolutely no benefits whatsoever.
So we set up the photosensor, right? We just messed up in the wiring somewhere.
So we have a wiring problem. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how are we going to solve this problem?
Well, first things first, disconnect it.
So we're thinking that electricity is a bad thing. All right, so cool. That's taken care of. I think that's probably actually a good idea. We don't want to burn anything out.
So minus goes to 3.3. Positive goes to ground. This negative goes to just anywhere. Photosensor and ground. It goes to A0. That's correct. Here's all the stuff with the actual lighting. Those both seem to be in. That goes to A13, or just 13. And that's a short jump to positive. I'm not seeing any problem with the wiring.
So the wiring seems to be fine. Is that correct?
There's a chance we may have just been wrong and the light was backwards.
Okay, so we're going to pull the LED out and switch it 180 degrees, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Put it in there really good on that circuit board.
Here, the thing bent a bit. Is not wanting to go down this time. I think that's in. Want to check it?
What? Whether or not it's in?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in now. That won't be moving anytime soon. So we'll come back over here and...
There's a chance the LED may not have been in last time.
That's true.
So if it doesn't work this time, we may just want to try that again.
Okay.
Want me to do it?
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and do it? Thank you. All right. So we've got it plugged in again. So all we have to do here is just go ahead and reload the program. So we'll go ahead and say load the program. It'll compile it, and then it'll go ahead and load it up. Meanwhile, our serial monitor is currently offline. And once the program starts running, chink, chink. All right, we're now fully loaded. This report is unavailable. That's fine. We're not too concerned about that. We see a bunch of garbage values. And what we're seeing is it's bright, turn off the LED, and we're seeing numbers in about the 400 range.
Not covering it.
Okay, and you're covering it this time, and the LED is not lighting up. Is that correct?
There's a chance this bulb may just not be working.
Should we replace it with a different bulb?
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and do that.
Let's choose a separate red one.
Should we just go to a green bulb?
No. Mostly because red's on top.
Are you going to put it in the traditional way we put it in the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. Which means long goes on which side?
Long
Left or right?
left.
Okay. Long on left.
Yep. Here. That's nice and in.
So you feel that that's a good insert?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll come over here and insert that.
Oh, the light just flickered, so the light's definitely working. Yeah, that last bulb was just burned out.
Burned out. It seems to be running.
Well,
I don't know how that could possibly be. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're looking over here, and it turns out when you hold the LED sensor by the side, it seems, okay, hold on 2 seconds. So you're not holding it. We're looking over here, and what are we seeing? We're seeing it's bright, turn off the LED, and we're seeing values in about the 400s. Now, if you come over here and hold it on the side, obviously we see the LED light up, which is impressive. But if we come over to our monitor here, what we're seeing is that our it's dark, turn on the LED, and it's about the 190s is where the value is. Well, excellent, sir. Would you say that this has been a successful project?
Mm-hmm.
After a bit of what was our problem?
The bulb just wasn't working.
The LED bulb that we were using, just for whatever reason, wasn't working. So we swapped out the LED bulb, and then it worked. Is that correct? Fantastic. Thank you very much.